Plus, look, WuWa gave 5-star character for their second anniversary. Now let's look into the comments. CN players, leave the multi-billion dollar company alone. The thing is that I believe I've seen like CN players as well, like they are slightly not happy with the current situation. But I don't think they were mad about the rewards in the game. They were mad about the 12 pools anniversary not being there, the 1.x rerun. Number 3, the 24 filial piety banner. I think they meant the anniversary banner. Criticized as being greedy and insulting to old players because it was designed to drain wallets for every little value in return and was something only blindly loyal fan would defend. Was entirely removed this time. And that is one of the actual complaints they gave. Other than that, it's like Dong didn't show up, Solon acted like NPC, like it's not exactly a complaint towards the game. Number 2, there were too many previews to future content and not enough rewards for the anniversary itself. Now what I meant here is not that they're saying Kuro is not giving enough rewards. They're saying Kuro is not showing all the rewards that the anniversary have to give. So again, not a complaint towards the rewards. They even mentioned right here, they just really showed you what you were getting, which was a lot more than last year. But yeah, all of this complaint, other than the number 3 one, is the actual complaint that they want to give. They're pretty much not even a complaint in the first place. So case closed. The CN, not even mad. Hey, it's been a few days since we last talked about the anniversary situation for Wuthering Waves, and I would like to just look around the social medias and try to go through everything about people's thoughts on the current situation. And I gotta say, like, I've seen some people still complaining about the rewards, some people are actually happy with the rewards and don't actually mind that Wuthering Waves doesn't even try to give like a standard selector or anything like that, because at the end of the day, this is a big upcoming launch to Wuthering Waves. We're gonna continue the Aemeath story. That is gonna be absolutely amazing. We're getting a lot of events. There's no exactly confirmation for how much rewards we're getting. Yes, we're getting like 100 plus pools, but how much exactly, including the exploration, including the mini games, the mini events, and all that stuff, we don't actually know. And a lot of us are making baseless statements here and there, thinking that Wuthering Waves did not give any rewards. Of course, that's gonna be more than just the anniversary that they shown in the live stream. This is still, at the end of the day, a celebration of a patch. Alright, let's get into some of the memes that I have accumulated in my browser here. Free 5-star character for anniversary. Genshin Impact, getting the standard 5-star for free. Even the Mizuki character, where she was actually in the limited banner and then put into a standard banner, which is really cool, right? And soon I believe we're going to have more standard characters in Genshin Impact. And I gotta say, it's kind of interesting. Wuthering Waves, nothing. We haven't gotten any selectors, and you know, at this point, you just gotta lower your expectations and not expect anything. Honkai Star. I don't play Honkai Star, but it seems to me like people are actually happy with the current state of the game, like the rewards, their appreciation towards the players. Like I said, I don't know anything about it, but I'm happy for them, you know, like if they are happy with the rewards, good for them. I play ZZZ though. We did got quite a few. Not only that, we do got a lot of polychromes as well. In the entire patch, we have gotten like hundreds of polychromes. Every single patch. I would even say the average pools of each patch for Zelazone Zero and Wuthering Waves are kind of similar. And if I'm not mistaken, you can basically get the standard weapons for free. If you just play the game, it will take some time, but if you do some weeklies here and there, you can turn the 4-star weapon currencies into buying another 5-star weapon. And I think that's really cool, and I don't see many gacha games doing it. So Wuthering Waves gotta step up their game, man. Pretty much the same meme here. Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, Hoyoverse, and Wuthering Waves just giving a middle finger to the players. But you know what, let's get into the comments. ZZZ don't even need anniversaries to give up free 5 stars. Come on Kuro, keep up with your competitors. Another thing is that people like to bring up like the Shang Liao situation. Shang Liao was given for free, but of course, never again. They haven't been doing that for a while. And the Shang Liao situation can be compared to ZZZ, the free Harumasa as well. It's basically the same thing, except, you know, ZZZ does give like standard selectors for the players during anniversary. And I do believe that Kuro just need to give a standard selector. People are always gonna say like it's useless here and there, but some people will be grateful for this. And it really doesn't affect Kuro Games revenue anyways. So they might as well, you know. Or somebody mentioned, if you have disappointment regarding the anniversary, hit the area instead of LARPing in Twitter. I do agree. LARPing in Twitter, all these complaints in Twitter is kind of pointless. Maybe if you put it into the feedback that this person is showing right here, it might play a bigger part than the complaints that you see on Twitter altogether. Of course, unless if you're a CN players, that will be completely different. Someone said adversary, not anniversary. Beyond what everyone else has been saying, the live stream basically was, here's all the cool stuff you can give us money for. Listen guys, it's not another random patch, it's the game's second anniversary. It's meant to be a big deal, a big celebration for making it this far, and thank you to the players for making the game so successful. This is something that I've been saying for many times already, Wuthering Waves does need to show like an actual appreciation of a give back for the players, because this is something that is normal, you know. Wuthering Waves is a business. Yeah, sure, of course. At the end of the day, they're a company, but they have like multiple games. PGR, Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves is one of their branch, and they're trying to sell you all these characters, the products, and we are the consumers, right? So without the consumers, without us buying all these characters, they will not have grown. You guys gotta start thinking more about that, like actually have some self-worth when you pull for these characters, because you're the one that is keeping the game alive. So as for a standard selector, it wouldn't be bad, it wouldn't be greedy to ask for that. What would be greedy is you asking Wuthering Waves to make Hiyuki or Denia the characters that they are trying to sell for free, okay? That would be greedy and stupid. But players are not asking for that. Players are genuinely just asking for a standard selector. Now let's continue. We've gotten one free limited 5-star in this game, in this entire game's life so far, while Starry has given brand new meta characters for free from time to time, and they've been doing more often lately as well. Oh wow, I mean, I don't even know that is what's been happening. I know they also give like a free 5-star in the collaboration with Fate, so I'm hoping that Wuthering Waves, okay, look, I know this is a bit of a stretch and we don't even know, right? Now Wuthering Waves is gonna have a Cyberpunk collab, Cyberpunk Edge Runners collab coming soon. One of the characters needs to be free. If they don't give it for anniversary, they need to give it for free or they will lose players. I do not doubt that at all. I think people will start to see how genuine Kuro games can be if they were to give one of the collab characters for free. Just one. You don't need to give both of them. One of them you can sell. And this is not me trying to like begging for Kuro games to actually give free characters. No. I think this is just a good PR move. Every other gacha games are doing it. Even Genshin, Collab, Eloy. I know Eloy sucks, but she was given for free, and I know you can't even get her constellation. So like, but still, collab characters, one of them for free, just a good PR move. Listen to the players. A give back is necessary. And here's the thing, right? If one of those characters were given for free, all of this anniversary stuff, all is forgiven. The players won't even talk about the anniversary problems anymore after the collab. And this person is complaining about the limited 5 size not too big of an ask for expectations. Not a current character, but maybe a character from 1.0, 2.8. I was thinking about 1.S because nobody plays Gian if you have Cartethyia, something like that, right? If you have Cartethyia, you're not gonna touch your S0 Gian with no weapons anymore because you got Cartethyia. To me, it makes sense to give Gian for free or Yinlin. Like, these characters are completely useless. Like, Yinlin is useless because you don't play the standard character Kakaro or Shangliao because you probably missed Shangliao, and you got Augusta. Augusta can't work with Yinlin. Something like this, it feels like so natural to just give for free, you know? It's not at all something to be greedy about. Alright, as for this person saying adversary, now I've been watching Captain Cabinets, right? And she did mention the whole adversary thing. 3.3 being any anniversary livestream adversary instead. And it's not only because of something you can purchase, something that was given for free, like the bite skin that is like that is a collab with Resident Evil, Kaiju number 8, Haikyuu, Pragmata. Yeah, and what I think about Captain Cabinet's opinions on this is like, I just think it's a very good point she made. I didn't even thought about that when I first talked about it. My first impression was, oh, that is kind of cool and it's all given for free. And me trying to be optimistic, it looks like, yeah, there is a possibility that we can get more collabs coming into the future, and maybe they even start to produce characters from these collabs, like the Cyberpunk Edge Runners. So I did not even thought that the anniversary was an adversary, because that makes perfect sense. Do not actually sell Wuthering Waves product, but instead just to have a good business relationship with these other big companies such as Capcom. And if you think more and more about that, it does look like it's kind of a sad move, because Kuro Games is becoming more and more of a business rather than strengthen the bond between players and the devs themselves. But collab is collab, nothing to be sad about. Maybe there is something to look forward in the future. Here's another topic I find interesting: spamming bite skins, Kuro proving how disconnected they are with the players. Not gonna complain about mediocre pulls or 1.S reruns, since there are many posts about that already. In 3 posts, the High Roy patches, Kuro has made 2 premium $30 bike skins, 4 paid $10 bike skins, countless collab, event, quest bike skins. You get the gist of it. Kuro has made a bunch of these skins and none of them are free. Stickers are free, a bunch of stickers are free, but skins for the bike? I do think it has gotten too much. Yes, some of them look really cool. But you gotta understand, will this bike be able to carry you throughout the whole entire game outside of 1.S or 2.S? Because in those areas we can already fly. So if they were to make all these skins, people are expecting that you can actually use them all the time. instead of just staying in La High because it is such a shame. Like imagine if you pay for all $100 bike skins and then when we reach to a new federation, new area, you're just not allowed to use the bike anymore. That is sad. You spend so much money, just as much as you spend for the characters, just for it to not be able to be used. So if you want to make this bike thing worth Kuro games, I suggest you make it viable in every single area. And here's a little something I want to show, like why are people so disappointed that they didn't even get a standard selector. There is actually someone who will be so happy with a standard 5-star as a reward because it is ridiculous that I still don't have Uncle. It is kind of, you know, a bit ridiculous, right? If you play since like the release and then you've been pulling, losing some 50-50s but did not lose to one of the characters, you think like you want to experience playing her even though, you know, we all know she's bad at this point of time, you still want to at least give her a try. And I do agree with this person. I think but for me, instead of like wanting another character that I didn't got yet, I would just want to choose for my Kakaru, who is currently S3 actually, just like this person here. I want to get him to S6, but seeing how we never gotten a selector, I'm not expecting for a selector anymore, and I'm probably never gonna reach his S6 unless I have really terrible luck, which is something I rather avoid, you know, losing 50-50. Who would love that? But yeah, if I were to lose 50-50, it would probably be Kakaru. And the reason why I mentioned this in the first place is because people are saying that, why do you even want a standard selector? They're all useless. Just give us free pools, you know. Kuro don't even need to do that. You're just being greedy. Like there are actually people thinking like that. And standard selector, despite them being useless, people are just wanting to achieve having all the standard units or actually have one of their standard characters that they have loved for years to be assists so they can at least use them in the overworld, not even the endgame content because they will still be useless, but for the overworld just for fun, for some shit and giggles, you know, that's about it. Now it will be funny if this is not a joke. Free Resonator, trust. Free Lucilla from an event like Xiangliao, trust. Perhaps a free Cyberpunk collab character. That one could possibly be real. Cyberpunk collab character, one of them is Lucy, most likely, right? And the other one is Rebecca, and give Rebecca for free because Lucy would definitely sell. She's the peak female character in Cyberpunk Edgerunners, people know that. But Lucilla, come on. The Xiangliao incident happens because the game got a bit dry. And the optimization is bad. And they are losing a lot of players. They are losing so much players because of the optimization that they have to give a character for free for the sake of creating FOMO for the players, you know, forcing the players to not get out of the game so they can get a free Xiangliao. And you know what, players were happy. It wasn't a bad thing to do that, you know, it was great. And I was happy. I still use Xiangliao from time to time for my endgame content. So yeah, Kuro, consider buffing Kakaru and Xiangliao, please. Please, if you want to sell 1.S character, just buff them like you buff them in all this content. In the Matrix game mode, like you buff these characters. Like we know you can do it. You know, make it permanent. And people will be delighted to pull for the 1.S character. I don't get it, man. It's all there already. It's all there. Kuro could just implement it in the overworld. I don't get it. Now we talked about this before. CM players also want the anniversary reruns. Now I'm one of the person that definitely have criticized the 12 banners per patch rerun. And I would gladly take it all back because now, knowing how rarely they rerun 1.S character, I think it's a good time to actually bring back the 12 banners per patch. Before this, I was saying something about that the anniversary reruns when the 1.S character are still rerunning during that time. But now we're rarely getting their reruns. I think it's a good time to put their reruns on the anniversary banner. So yes, for me complaining about the anniversary reruns during the first anniversary, I apologize. Who would have thought that Kuro never would rerun another 1.S character? People, me included, are expecting Kuro to maybe like do 6 character per patch, maybe 2 or 3 of them will be rerunning. So obviously, I do have a different opinion now that just bring the 1.S characters during the anniversary for their rerun. It wouldn't be such a bad idea anymore. Someone said, what is the best pool now for Lynae? Or wait for anniversary banner? And the comments be like, because there is no anniversary banner. It is actually sad to see people are expecting for anniversary banner so they can maybe pull for the characters they actually want. Maybe even Lynae to come during anniversary banner, you know. But yeah, some people don't actually watch the live stream so they have no clue and just ask questions through Reddit and just get bombarded with downvote, which is kind of crazy, you know. Why would you downvote this guy? It makes no sense. This is why I don't want to interact with these people, man. Anyone else don't give a rat's ass about bike skin like me? Yeah, I like how they look like right now, but if they don't implement the bike mechanic for the 4.0 or 5.0, whatever future launch Kuro has to give, that will be a real shame. And you gotta remember, Kuro already did this. You guys were flying during 2.0, you bought the skins for Cartethyia, the flight skin for Cartethyia. And guess what? You're not even using it anymore. that is actually something to be scared about. These players do need to think about it and not just attacking people that criticize the game. Like I said before, some people are actually genuinely excited for the patch to come. This is gonna be peak. Haven't been this hype for a while now. It is actually gonna be that peak. We're finally continuing Aemeath's story. You know how she is right now, right? Like, we've seen how dead she is, basically. She got no brains, dude. Of course, I'm happy to continue the story and I'm waiting for it. And I will also be streaming the quest, and subscribe to the channel if you have watched this far into the video. Now let's move forward. First anniversary, we are rerunning all old characters. What? 12 banners? Second anniversary, no reruns this year because you guys don't like it. Basically, Kuro games listen, right? What? No reruns, and people still get mad about it. Like, you cannot satisfy everyone. There's always going to be people hating on the changes in these games. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these players are gonna be hating on the UI changes as well. Like, they feel like, man, I prefer the UI before because I got used to it. You know, all I see is that Kuro is actually trying to make something new every single patch, and I like that. You know, I like the UI changes. I appreciate the new look that Kuro Games is trying to give to Wuthering Waves. Now, this is the post that I can actually get by, where a player is not entirely shitting on another player. This person says, why are you not more mad at Wuthering Waves? I'm chill with not getting free characters if I keep 10 out of 10 high production quests and consistent 90 to 130 free pulls per patch. That's true. Wuthering Waves does give like an average of over 100 pulls, sometimes even 90. It doesn't go below 80 or 70, I believe. So they were pretty consistent. So that's why when the anniversary comes, players are expecting over 150 because they are giving the same amount sometimes. But of course, because this is an anniversary, you kind of do get over the average amount. It's not 120, it's not 130. It's, as a matter of fact, it's 140 or something above that. So in a way, I don't want to be greedy on asking for limited characters. I know I said that giving 1 point as characters wouldn't be so bad. It wouldn't hurt Kuro's revenue, and that's true. And players will appreciate that. It will make players happy because these characters, they don't do anything for the endgame content. So these players will still have to pull for latest limited characters. That's how it works. So it wouldn't be bad if Kuro were to give like standard characters or 1 point as characters. But at the same time, Kuro does give enough. So this person is making that statement. WuWa is the only game where you can get free dupes for your favorite characters. I mean, that's not entirely true. Where the free dupes you're talking about is probably the corals, where you can either spend on the pool currencies and pull for more new characters instead of getting dupes, or you can use those corals to get dupes. And that one is not exactly recommended to do because, you know, unless you really like the character, you don't really need their dupes. You kind of just want to have their best teams. And then they go ahead and say, and guarantee 100% rate up on weapon banner. That's why I'm chill. And that has always been the main factor in Wuthering Waves, is that you can just guarantee the weapon that you got for the character. But yeah, this is the post that you can get by with. Like, you're not invalidating other players' points. You're just happy with the rewards you're getting. But please, I mean this truly, like, at the end of the day, you're the consumer. Your points are valid. If you have any complaints to Wuthering Waves rewards, you have the rights. Players have the rights to complain about the game they love and support. Don't show the same treatment. Speaking of chill players, Marco Meatball made a post on Twitter. I have a genuine question. Why do people expect to be rewarded or gifted for playing a game? The phenomenon still throws me off. I have never played a game before that gave me a gift for playing it, especially when I didn't pay for something. It's something I think I've only seen in the gacha game circuit. Again, genuinely asking, like, I play a lot of games that are live service, MMO, F2P, and I don't really see that in any other game unless I'm forgetting something. So, I mean, my opinion it's always been the same with Genshin Impact, Xenosaga Zero, Wuthering Waves, all these gacha games that I've played, that the players, they're playing a live service game. These players carry the game all the time throughout the years. And one of the few ways for this company to give reasons for the players to stay is to reward them back, is to give them back something, to put FOMO into the game, right? This is something that they always do, put FOMO and then the players will stay. FOMO and rewards are pretty much the same thing. You put rewards and then you have to play the game, and then the rewards is like 1 to 5 days login, and then you get the big reward that they are teasing you with. And that's also somewhat like a gift back. So when there is an anniversary, players are expecting big rewards. Even if the rewards is locked behind FOMO, they will expect rewards that are life-changing, aka a selector. And Wuthering Waves could use this mentality to just time gate these rewards during the anniversary, but it's a big rewards and it allows the players to have a reason to stay during the whole anniversary patch. Now Marco Mabel made a reply here, not trying to start a fire here, I just don't get the mentality. Is it because F2P players keep the game alive? You think Spender keeps it alive, but without the F2P players, the game EOS, I don't get the balance. Now that's a 50-50 thing, right? F2P, they can sometimes do just nothing. They play the game, not showing anything in the social medias. They don't do anything. They just play the game in the background. Nobody knows that they exist. And the Spenders, obviously, these people, these whales, these dolphins, call it whatever you want, they obviously keep the game alive. They're the one bringing back the revenue after revenue after revenue for Wuthering Waves to keep updating the patch. But here's my opinion. I do think Spenders keep the game alive. They are the ones that truly keep Wuthering Waves away from EOS. But let's say that what if everything starts with F2P and these F2P call out their friends and their friends turns out to be a Spender? It's something like that that goes on over and over. It becomes a cycle. For example, like what if a content creator is an F2P, they do this F2P challenge, but this content creator still provides content on that game. And people watch it, download the game, install the game, and then play the game, start to become Spenders, right? It's a cycle of these things, so everybody kind of helps around to support Wuthering Waves. Now, Marco Mibo made another response here. I was truly genuinely asking, I actually agree with many of you, if it's like they overcorrected from the shit show from last year only to walk into another one this year. I said it on my live stream, I don't care about this, I spend money. I was really just trying to understand because I don't remember ever being showered with gifts during an anniversary, because even when I have actively played other gacha, it has never been consistent enough to be around anniversary times when I actively play Genshin. The company uses a gambling system to maximize profit, and a system that actively wants you to feel FOMO and spend a lot of money, and you're surprised they're not generous. Now I understand you feel that way, and of course there still at the end of the day are companies that are trying to make money, and FOMO is one of their main tactic to make players constantly spend their time in their game. So why didn't they take this anniversary as an advantage to give rewards, put FOMO, time gate these rewards, and then let players think that, hey, you're getting a big surprise? Because that's usually what happened in other games. At least when you play the game that has their rewards time gated, you will get rewards from playing the game. You keep comparing it to other games, but this isn't those games. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean it isn't those games? This is that game. They are gacha games. They use FOMO as a way to They use FOMO to get players into playing the game more. And then as the players stay, they can either spend or stay F2P, but either way, you will get the rewards that is time gated through playing the game. I hope they walk it back and course correct for you, because clearly you feel undervalued as a community here. Like I said, you should always show self-worth in playing this game. You know what you're getting into. You're playing a live service game that you have committed years and years of your time. So if you spend that much time and the devs saw all your supports and yet they will still just feed you crumbs, your points, your anger, they're all valid. You've been supporting this game, they saw everything, but they would just feed you crumbs. That's crazy, man. You would want to appreciate these people that support you, right? Am I wrong? And what's crazy is that the players are really not asking a lot here. I've seen so many posts, but I did not see any single post that says they want Hiyuki, they want Denia, they want limited characters that are new, they want 2.0, 3.0 characters. Rarely for that. Sometimes I do see 2.0 because some people consider them as old units, but most of them, many of them are only asking for standard selectors. And these people are being called beggars. Kuro tarts, WuWa tarts, Wu tarts, all that stuff. They're being insulted for asking for the bare minimum. It's nuts. Dividing the community over this is so bad. It's such a bad look. Especially when the Kuro bots, people that play Wuthering Waves, used to shame Hoyoverse for something so similar, and they become exactly what they hate. It's just something to think about. I find this post interesting. I hope next Wuthering Waves anniversary they give us the newest character plus signature for free and add 3 events. No map expansion, no more free limited pools, no free collab stuff, no anniversary banner. Since a free character is whether y'all determine it's a good anniversary or not. And that is the hard truth, right? Like, players look at this anniversary, they wanted to see big rewards, big picture of like free selector and their signature weapons. They do see that and find it more rewarding. But of course, this post right here is twisting the players' complaint a little bit, okay? I mean, nobody complained about this. They just want to see Wuthering Waves to show the players appreciation that is a lot more straightforward. This is what they're expecting, just a one big selector, and that's about it. And like I said, the players doesn't seem to care if it's a 1.S character or 2.S character. They don't even mind if it's just a standard character, which is considered as useless to many of these players as well. They just want to see it. At the end of the day, like, these complaints is gone already, actually. Like, these are very old complaints I just decided to bring up today, and everybody seems to be very chill. They don't really care about the rewards. They don't care about the selectors. They don't care about nothing. They're just happy to see the new quest is coming up and dropping in less than a week. But yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Hold up.
Also, I'd like to bring an attention to the optimization. People don't talk about it enough. I talk about it a lot. They're doing it. The resource cleanup feature on mobile will not allow you to remove certain map. And then at the end of the statement, they say we will continue to work on minimizing the game's disk space requirements. And I appreciate that a ton. Every time I see people complain about the storage, there's a bunch of people responding to it and saying that just buy a new PC, just buy a new phone, all that stuff. That doesn't help anyone at all. So as you can see right here, from 3.0, we have about 150 gig, right? 36 gig to install for the storage size. Overall is 150 gig. Continue on forward, 3.1, still 150 gig. And then 3.2, this is the start of right now, 3.2, 130 gig. They're reducing, they're maintaining the same amount to 3.3, same amount, 130 gig. That's great. One of the good news, the best news that we have in Wuthering Waves. I think I appreciate this more than a lot of the rewards that they've given in the game. So if this were to continue moving forward in 4.0, 5.0, and they keep on reducing, they keep maintaining the same amount of space usage of the game, they maintain this way, and the game will still continue to be alive, because whether people like it or not, these people that complain about the games, about the anniversary, most of them still will play the game.